and saves them tens of thousands of dollars.
Dina, talk a little bit about the business from your perspective.
Well, I'm the office manager for RC Concrete Leveling, and we just strive so much to be the best in customer service. We have the best bunch of guys in the industry, and it's just a fantastic place to work.
Yeah, I mentioned 50,000 driveways since 1988.
Yeah.
So you guys are busy. Talk about the crew. When you're running the office, scheduling and getting the crew out there,
Yeah.
talk about the employees, the impact that they
Our
have.
employees are great. We've got wonderful guys that they do the best work they can. It's just wonderful people, and we just love it. We just love all the crews, and it's a great company.
Steve, how do you get them all out and get them all working?
Well, I got to say first, we're very blessed to have the crew and the crew leaders, techs that we do have. They've been 16 and 20 years with us. So my guys are very in the field veterans. They, 16 years on each one of my lead foremen as well as the other guys. But getting them out, and rain's a problem this time of year. So we got to get creative in scheduling, and my wife Dina takes a lot of the scheduling and has to deal with that. When it rains, it's in God's hands. We're at the mercy of the weather.
How many employees do you guys have?
We have 12 employees, and we specialize in being able to divide and conquer. So if you have a time-sensitive, a home sale, somebody just fell, and they need to have it directly resolved safely, we specialize in time-sensitive as well jobs.
Mm-hmm. RC Concrete Leveling, they are our business of the week. I know I'm going to get your card before you leave, by the way. We purchased a home about 7 years ago. It was built in 1997, but we have noticed in the last couple of years, like getting into our garage, the driveway that used to be here is now about 3 to 4 inches lower. And I'm not sure about guidelines, but I'm more worried about safety and hitting the tires, bumping into the driveways. It seems to itself. So that's my example here. But talk about how you guys go in and attack something like that. Well, what do you do?
Well, what it is, it's not the cement that's failing. It's a subgrade that's failing. So Mother Nature dictates what's going on under there. We have frigid winters. Things move and thaw, freeze and thaw. So if you have water problems, it's going to amplify it. New construction, they build them basements, and then they're gun-shied tamp next to the houses. So in Ohio, the first 3 to 5 years, you get most of your natural settling, as much as 10 years from new construction. Now, there may be what we use is the same product as we use on the turnpike for over 30 years. They don't make rubber roads. There's some rubber polymeric stuff floating around there right now. It's just the flavor of the day. They come, they go. But we use the same as you would have a tractor trailer run over. And I don't think you'll have a tractor trailer on your patio, or you shouldn't.
Right. So how does the process work? Educate all of us here. If you're going to lift up a sidewalk,
yes,
or if you're going to level a driveway or something, you get under it, or what do you do?
If you have the settlement, you drill an inch. We drill an inch hole, and we go in, and the material goes in like a slurry, like let's say like a milkshake.
I see.
It fills all that void, and then it lifts. So we'll cap off the hole. The holes are very nicely blended, and that's it. You can use it as soon as we're finished.
Well, this is the time of the year that people are probably, Dina, trying to schedule you
Absolutely.
and get on over to their house. Dina, you can answer, move on up to the mic here. What's the process and what's the wait time of getting scheduled to come out and maybe someone do a project at their home?
Well, normally Steve and Mark handle the scheduling in the office, and I handle the office billing and things like that.
Okay.
So, Mark,
Steve, what's the wait time?
We're typically 2 weeks out, but if
Okay.
it rains for a week, it puts us an extra week out. But
Yeah.
time sensitive, we can stop, drop, and roll. We're the only company in this part of the country for sure. Most of the country, I've done this from Australia, New Zealand. I've trained the U.S. Air Force for their engineers, and I've done trained for the foam for Canada, Alaska, Montana. I've done it literally.
So you've done this in
globally.
all climates.
We're the most.
So the Ohio winters aren't anything to you.
No, No, I like the winters because we close shop in the winter. There's nothing we can do no
Yeah.
matter what. Our hands are tied.
Well, that's what I'm
And
saying.
then-
Right now, you're probably real busy. And as you mentioned, getting on out there because one, there's a time to get the projects done. Two, there's a lot of home sales and buying right now, going
Correct.
back to the beginning of our conversation.
And the weather puts everybody behind. But we really strive. Like we worked yesterday. We're 7 days a week for about 8 months, and then winter comes, and well, I like my favorite noise is quiet.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit how they can get a hold of it. You guys are based in Stowe, is that right?
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about how they can get a hold of you guys to get the schedule. And again, we're probably enlightening some people here, but when you've got the cement out in front of the house and it's kind of off whack a little bit, for your own safety, maybe kids, your driveway needs some leveling, these are the folks to call. Again, it's RC Concrete Leveling in Stowe. Call, do you have a website, all that stuff? Get into that.
rcconcreteleveling.com. We have 330-434-3127 is our primary. And I'm going to give you my cell
Please.
because you can call or text anytime, 330-459-7659. And we look forward to seeing how good service we can be for folks.
Boy, you mentioned at an early age you had an interest in this, huh? This is
Well-
something else.
Well, I kind of joke. I say I should have been what my mom told me what to be when I grew up, which is I don't know. I never listened. But I've been doing it since I was a kid. I started with the roots for upheaving the trees, and then I went into the actual settlement of the concrete. I worked with the city of Akron Engineering to try and resolve this problem. And this is the best way to save money. I mean, you save so much money by not replacing the concrete. Concrete cures for about 50 years. So old concrete is harder and a better concrete. So if that
You're
sheds
better
light.
off if you can, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Use your guys to level things out instead of replacing the
Absolutely.
concrete.
And what makes things settle is no matter what you put under there, if you just put solid concrete under there, you replace and put brand new concrete, if you do not fix your erosion problem, you're going to be back in the same boat. So if you put a new driveway in, don't fix your erosion problem, may as well just throw your money away because
Hey,
it's going
Steve,
down again.
Let's say, Steve, people get you and they schedule you out 2 weeks from today and you come on out to the house. How long does a project normally take? I know it's project to project, but let's say you're doing a couple of pieces on a sidewalk or you're doing one slab in a driveway.
Our average job, let's say half a day to be safe. Each job has its own fingerprint.
No doubt.
But we send the top foremen are on that. Anything that maybe we consider technical, you have the best. You have an A team out there, and I have 3 A teams that are just awesome. And then I go out too. So
And you're the A-plus guy.
I'm the A+ guy.
That's what Dina said.
Except for in school, they said I was B.
Well, Steve and Dina, thanks for coming in. You are our 1590 WAKR Business of the Week. Again, it's RC Concrete Leveling based out of Stowe. And you can see they've been doing this since 1988, 50,000 driveways. Since then, they have had an impact in the greater Akron area. And we salute them this week here on 1590 WAKR as our Business of the Week, brought to you by Here Inc. and TLC Catering. Steve and Dina, thanks to come in. Great meeting you guys, and thanks for all the work you've done in the greater Akron area.
Thanks
Good
for
job.
having us out.
All right, there you go. Steve Cheatwood and his wife Dina joining us in studio, 1590 WAKR. 20 minutes after 9 o'clock on the Ray Horner Morning Show.
Speaking your mind to a cop. You're wrong, and I smell bacon. Not a good idea.